Practical accounting, the better way to learn.
Hello, welcome to Module 2, Job Order Costing. Remember, you can get these Excel files for free at practicalaccounting.com. Let's begin with Job Order Costing. Today, we're going to do 5 short videos. The first is an overview of job order costing. Then we're going to dive a little deeper into and introduce NASCAR racing car bodies with a classification drill, which you can do with the video file. Then we're going to review and actually compute job order costing. You'll be able to repeat it with practice sheets. We're going to apply it to service jobs and then move on to our final video, the before, during, after, and fix-it method, a unique way to look at this and figure out how to succeed with this. But let's dive in and talk about what job order costing is. Job order costing is a process for calculating the total cost of unique jobs, hence its name. Car repair shops. When you take your car in to get worked on in a car repair shop, it is a unique job. You don't want the average cost of jobs. Home repair works the same way. You add direct materials, direct labor, and manufacturing overhead. Other applications are custom furniture, construction, manufacturing of batches of unique products. So this doesn't have to be a single product. It can be a batch that's all worked and all the same things. Think of a bakery for that. You don't make one loaf of bread, but you might make a batch of a special kind of bread in a bakery. It's also good for unique special orders for customers. Hospitals is a great application where the patient is the cost object, the direct materials would be things like the drugs and procedures given to them. Law firms, CPA firms, which is the example we're going to use for service industries, automobiles, and since everybody's been in a pizza shop, think of a custom pizza order as a unique cost of a job. This is different than process costing. Process costing, which is the next module, is for a continuous multi-step process of the same product where they're all identical and it goes through multiple processes. This is useful for this type of process. The costs are not accumulated by the job. They're totaled at the end of the month. So we're talking potato chips, oil refining, plastics, cereals, and a frozen pizza factory as opposed to a custom pizza order. How does job order costing work? Well, you have job cost tickets, which are used to calculate the total cost of a job. And we'll be taking a look at that. Direct materials are charged directly to the job ticket using a materials requisition form. This is how they're pulled from the raw materials warehouse. Think of this keyword here is the request for additional raw materials. Direct labor is charged using a time ticket where this could be electronic. It's the number of hours worked times the average wage rate per hour. And this usually is a loaded rate, including benefits. And the factory overhead is a major issue in this chapter because it is shared between many jobs. It can be applied or allocated. Repeat, applied and allocated is all the same things. These terms are used interchangeably. To work and process at a predetermined rate before the period begins, and it's usually a rate per direct labor hour. It can also be per machine hour. Examples of factory or manufacturing overhead are things like maintenance, machine maintenance, the manager's salary, supervising many unique jobs, building expenses, and utilities that are recorded in total for the factory, but not unique ones for the job. So I'm going to put this up. This was in our first module, which you can go get this again. But real briefly, here's an overview and terminology of cost accounting. Pause this and review it if you'd like. I'm not going to read it to you again, but the main thing here is we're going to do the flow of costs from suppliers to the warehouse. This is for pizza, raw materials, work in process, finished goods, and cost of goods sold, which is then computed gross profit. Other definitions are here. Let's move on to the second module.
In our next module, Dr. Hiller is going to show us some really cool stuff. We're going to get a factory tour, job order costing. Stay on the bridge with us, Dr. Hiller and I, as we move to the next segment. You still don't need the stinking formulas. How about that? See ya.
All this content and more at practicalaccounting.com. See you there.